Once upon a time, in a lush and vibrant village in Nigeria, there was a wise and kind king named King Is. King Is ruled his tribe with great love and fairness, and the people adored him for his wisdom and kindness. The village was a happy place, filled with laughter and prosperity. One bright and sunny morning, King Is decided to go hunting in the deep, dense forest. He loved the thrill of the hunt and the peace of the forest. He called his bravest guards and prepared for the exciting adventure. The guards, strong and alert, carried their sharp spears and arrows, ready to protect their beloved king from any danger lurking in the woods. As they ventured deeper into the forest, King Is suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He stopped in his tracks, holding his belly. "I need to pee," he said urgently. The guards quickly surrounded him, making sure no one was around to see the king in such a vulnerable state. King Is found a secluded spot behind some thick bushes. Just as he was about to finish, a figure stumbled through the trees. It was a man, reeking of alcohol and wearing tattered clothes. His eyes widened in shock as he saw the king. King Is felt a wave of embarrassment. "You must never tell anyone what you saw here today," he said sternly to the drunken man. The man, named Tond, nodded eagerly. "I promise, Your Majesty," he slurred, bowing clumsily. King Is watched as Tond staggered away, disappearing into the forest. Days passed, and Tond started thinking about the king's secret. One day, feeling particularly bold, he stumbled into the palace. The guards, recognizing him, allowed him in. Tond bowed before King Is. "Your Majesty, I am very poor. Could you spare some money for me?" The king, feeling pity for the man, gave him a few coins. Tond took the money with a sly grin. But soon, he was back, demanding more. "If you don't give me what I want," he threatened, "I will tell everyone your secret." King Isa's heart raced with anger and fear. He did not want his people to know about his embarrassing moment in the forest. He reluctantly gave Tond more money, hoping it would be the end of it. But Tond kept coming back, each time more demanding and arrogant. One day, the villagers started whispering and giggling. "Did you hear about the king? He peed in the bush," they said, laughing. King Isa's face burned with shame and rage. "Who told you this?" he demanded. "A drunk man named Tond," they replied. The king's anger boiled over. He called his guards. "Find Tond and bring him to me immediately." The guards found Tond, who was drunk and swaggering through the village, and dragged him to the palace. King Isa's eyes blazed with fury. "You betrayed me," he said, his voice low and dangerous. "You broke your promise and caused me great shame." Tond trembled, his bravado gone. "I am sorry, Your Majesty," he pleaded, but the king's mind was made up. He ordered his guards to take Tond away and silence him forever. The next day, the village was silent, a heavy sense of fear hanging in the air. Everyone knew what had happened to Tond. The villagers whispered to each other, "We must never break a promise or share secrets." From that day on, the village lived in a cautious harmony, and King Is ruled with a renewed sense of vigilance. The story of Tond served as a grim reminder: when you promise to keep a secret, you must always keep your mouth shut, or face the dire consequences. The villagers were not only cautious but also curious. Whispers floated around the market square and through the narrow, winding paths of the village. Everyone wanted to know more about what had transpired between King Is and Tond. But no one dared to ask the king directly. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky with shades of orange and pink, the village elder, Chief Obi, called a meeting in the village square. People gathered around, their faces lit with the glow of torches. Chief Obi, a wise and old man with deep lines of age etched on his face, stood before them. We have all heard about what happened with Tond, Chief Obi began, his voice deep and steady. We must learn from this. Secrets are powerful, and promises must be kept. The villagers nodded in agreement. They respected Chief Obi's wisdom and knew he was right. But deep down, a sense of unease lingered. The incident had left a shadow over their once joyful village. In the following weeks, King Is noticed a change in the villagers. They were more reserved, more careful with their words. While the king understood their caution, he missed the vibrant, carefree spirit of his people. One day, King Is decided to address the villagers directly. He called for a gathering in the palace courtyard. The villagers, curious and a little apprehensive, assembled to hear their king speak. My dear people, King Is began, his voice carrying a tone of sincerity and regret. I want to apologize for the fear and uncertainty that has come over our village. What happened with Tond was unfortunate, but it has taught us a valuable lesson about trust and secrecy. The villagers listened intently, their eyes fixed on their king. I want you all to know that while it is important to keep promises and respect each other's privacy, it is also important to forgive and move forward. We should not live in fear, but rather learn and grow stronger together. The villagers murmured in agreement. King Isa's words resonated with them. They understood that while Tond's betrayal was wrong, the fear it had instilled was not the solution. As the days passed, the village slowly regained its vibrant spirit. Laughter returned to the streets, and the people once again felt a sense of unity and trust. King Is continued to rule with fairness and kindness, always mindful of the lessons he had learned. One evening, as the sun set over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, King Is stood on the balcony of his palace. He looked out over his people, who were bustling about, preparing for the evening festivities. A smile spread across the king's face. He knew that despite the challenges, his village had grown stronger. They had learned the importance of trust, the power of secrets, and the value of forgiveness. And so, King Is and his village lived on, their bonds stronger than ever. They remembered the story of Tond as a lesson, not just about keeping secrets, but about the strength that comes from facing challenges together and emerging stronger on the other side. And in that village, nestled in the heart of Nigeria, the spirit of unity and trust flourished, creating a legacy of wisdom and kindness that would be remembered for generations to come.